Okay, give me 1 second to put on Vaseline. In this ice-cold room. As my mother describes it, a meat locker. But gotta keep these Xboxes healthy. It's better that the room be ice-cold than 70 degrees, right? So that AC will stay on, that window will stay open. I will freeze to death first before my Xbox does. That's true love right there. Alright, just got finished with another video game. Brutal Legend, Xbox 360, PS3 game on Game Pass. Pretty cool. I was not expecting real-time strategy in it. Fun experience, not too much gamer score, but I already got my 100k. I'm not too interested in achievement hunting no more. Alright, so they said, let me find the tweet by their account, so I know exactly what I'm trying to get into here. So, at Chivalry Game, tweeted out, "We have set live a fix for matchmaking servers not backfilling properly, resulting in servers being half full. We have also addressed an issue that causes players to get disconnected from matchmaking servers after the map changes. We continue to work on improving the health of matchmaking. We are investigating cases where players have high ping or to be placed into the wrong region server. In addition, we are still working towards resuming functionality of our South America servers, which are currently disabled. We will continue to provide updates on these as we make progress, and we appreciate your patience with us." So, real quick before I forget, let me remember to turn on my music, because very recently, a day or so ago, I made a Spotify playlist that has all of the 2-minute music, so that way I can have continuous music playing while I play the game. And when I in that free-for-all, a dual type server that you saw, I had music playing, but I disabled the in-game music so it didn't overlap. And unfortunately, it doesn't. You can't hear it in the video. Now, I could have sworn that they did something like this, but reading it, their tweet from 4 days ago saying we are currently working on. It was nothing that was deployed. Oh wait, yeah. September 17th. So, just a little over a week ago, we have just deployed a server-side only fix this morning. It should vastly improve your experience with getting into larger servers. So that's the one that did nothing. So now they just did another one. And let's see how it is. It is currently 2:30 in the morning. Let's see what kind of matches we get into. Let's see if people get put into them when they start to drizzle out. Oh yes. Let me make sure the volume on my phone is completely off, so that way you don't hear a horrible echo. Let me make sure my TV is low so you don't hear a horrible echo. Perfect. Alright. Time for the flagship mode. And also, I need to try this tech that I just saw from Wildcard. He posted it on Reddit. The mastermind who unfortunately was not able to get into the Trial by Blood tournament. That was hosted in the NA region. This dude just showed off a 10-second duel where he has a two-handed spear, he jumps and pokes dude, stands still, dodges, and then jumps as he dodges, and instantly goes into a sprint charge from neutral. I need to try that right now. So after I give up, I'm going to go back to my 5 levels of the Warhammer. I reached level 70 with the Maul, taking a break for it because I want cosmetics and some other weapons. So, when I die, I'm going to try out that sprint charge and the two-handed spear. So let's see how many people are in this lobby. Ah, this looks like a match of Chivalry 2. Let's see how far it goes. Don't know why I'm using the War Club. Maybe the War Club is the last thing I used from that Dual Yard server. It's been a little bit, so these are my first matches, so pardon any rust. Very nice, heavy. Nice kick. War Club, disgusting weapon. What are my least favorite to fight? What are you doing? Oh, is this the plan? Never blocking? Oh, wow. Executioner's X. He's better. Look at that mosh pit. That's gotta get cleaned up. Alright, so, how the hell did he do that? He did a jump stab? Nah. I don't want to immediately make excuses, but I feel like maneuvers like that would not be possible on a controller. but I will try until I don't want to anymore. Are there still a family of Agathians up here? I did not mean to jab there. Yeah, that was freaky, what he did. He legit pretty much just did a sprint charge with a two-handed spear, which has, I think, the fastest attack range from sprint. From neutral. That's terrifying. I need to try that. I don't think it'll be possible in a controller, though. He did that, then he stood still for a second. He did a dodge and jump, and instantly he had a sprint charge. Yeah, see, when I try to dodge and jump, I have a delay. I can't do both actions at the same time. He did those pretty much instantly. That's wicked sick. Excuse me.
More than that
Dude is trying to devour me. Very nice job. Thank you. Also figured out how to use a two-handed spear special in combat by dragging it into someone from the side. Yeah, I think I'm going to try it one more time in this life, but quickly I'm realizing I don't think it's possible on the controller to do what I witnessed. Which doesn't upset me, but it is kind of disappointing. So far, this is nice, though. It's a full lobby. I haven't seen this in, it feels like, weeks. Really, he still had the riposte frames. He had the right idea the first time. He did a counter stab. Give me that.
You fools! Say I'm destroying the camp! Stop them!
Nah, it's not possible. I don't think it's possible in controller. I'm gonna go back to my one-handed. He switched the one-handed spear. They're saying we should kill everybody.
How? They have destroyed our camp!
Is there an invisible teammate in my way? I figured that guy was disconnecting. He looked sus. If these lobbies are actually normal, I can have a lot more energy again, because, I'm sorry, I cannot take half-full team objective lobbies seriously, in the slightest. So I play worse, I feel worse, that... I don't know if that missed. Oh, you see the light of God blinding me? Happens a lot in this map. Thought I killed that teammate. That's an overhead. Alright, back to my Warhammer. Yeah, I've wanted the Golden Warhammer for a while now, but after about 15 or so levels of using this thing, I got bored of it, so I went back to shuffle mode. But I'm close enough now, only 5 more levels and I can move on from this. So next up is the longsword and the mace. I want to get the longsword to at least level 80. I don't like the 200 level 200 longsword skin, but level 80 one I do like. Warhammer is a disgusting weapon, though. If you ask me, it is definitely one of the best. It has a terrifying speed of any one-hander, while being insanely hard-hitting. This thing regularly clobbers knights for 100 damage. Can two-shot every class in the game. Oh. Save. I didn't think he would combo. 15-second respawn for all that team damage I did, no doubt. Yeah, this weapon, the Warhammer, is a absolute menace in team objective. You're getting surrounded. I mean, one heavy attack, you're wiping out half the health of any opposition. Even with the 20 HP over health.
No. Don't be shy. I can see you. Come, child. Come hither. Don't be shy.
Nice throw, gamer. I didn't realize I was so deep into enemy territory. It is one of, if not the slowest one-handed weapon in the game, so you can actually drag it pretty significantly for a one-hander. Look at that whiff punish. Dang it, I heard it coming, didn't know where to move. Should have moved to the left. I don't have a problem with this thing's damage. I do think the Maul should be hitting harder than it though. I think the Maul's heavy slashes should do 10 more damage. They should really be hurting people. The fact that the Maul shares a damage number with this thing bothers me, because this thing is significantly faster than every attack with the Maul. Its stabs are ridiculous. This thing's stabs should not hit as hard as they do. If you didn't know, this thing is stabbing a knight for 60 damage, heavy stabbing a knight for 90 damage. Its base damage is 40. Its base stab damage is 40. And I don't know its heavy stab damage off the top of my head right now. Look at that. Did you see that drag? God, disgusting weapon. Extremely satisfying to use. I don't feel bad using this thing, but wow. Dang it, tried to throw my weapon. Oh man, what is this? Excuse me, sir. Aww. I always die right to team. Wow, full lobby of Chivalry 2. Oh my god. You didn't think it was possible. I'm not one of those people that was like, oh, the game's dead, that's why there's no full lobbies. I fully believe that there are matchmaking problems, even though the irony is hilarious that they remove 40 players, so then 64 never filled up for a fortnight. But still, man.
I've almost reached the wall.
Ooh, nice turn. Did you see that, or did you blink? No, what a save! What a save! That would have been a 2-1. Nice to see this though, man. After 2 freaking weeks of no full lobbies, just who cares? You go to free-for-all, you deal with vote to kick abuse and getting hit in the back. You go to 3v3, and I mean, it's just running into people that you know you'll beat. You run into 1v1s, and for the most part, you're beating everyone until you run into someone who stomps you, and then you can't rematch with them. You have to hope you get matched up with them again. It's just been a mess. So, if the flagship mode can at least work, Come on, you're right next to him. You can hit him.
No, I am fueled by pain.
Those guys would be helping a lot more if they... Oh, 105 damage after every kick. Hit him in the back. Nice hit. Oh, I dodged too late there. Ooh, very interesting. Hope you can tell I'm feeling a lot better now that this is an actual full lobby. Nice maul, I see. Thanks for that. Unfortunate miss. Yeah, I noticed people really like trying to counter-attack one-handed weapons. They really don't respect feints. It's also why I go for significantly more counter-attacks slash attempts with one-handed weapons, because usually the counter-attack feint leads to a free hit. With two-handers, though, not so much, because people respect them a lot more. And when I say respect, I mean they wait. They're a lot more patient with their next action. With one-handers, for whatever reason, people try to counter the first attack. So the feint follow-up almost always clobbers the person. Also, this is a pretty complicated weapon for me to use in first person, in third person. I do need to, this is one of the weapons I have to actively switch between third and first for. Because I do miss a lot of attacks in third person with this. Oh yeah. This left one, if someone just sneaks around, they can push that in. I don't like the idea of fighting all the way over here. A lot of special attacks coming out. Figured that hit him on the back. Oh, how are you feeling? Trying to hit him in the back. There you go. This is nice. Oh yeah, let me get this heavy stab on a Vanguard to see. What's this thing's base stab damage? 60! 40 and 60. I'll get you comfy, I know how to counter stab. Ah, know where boss came out. They could lose here. One time we got held up here for 6 whole minutes.
Our time together.
Oops. There was no counter attack there. Ooh. These dudes are getting better. Alright, here we go.
Their siege ramps have reached the walls.
A lot of special attacks in here.
Masons, defend the courtyard!
I'd rather not. I think not. Negative.
But not even your mother could love that.
Please. Nobody will listen to you.
Keeps trying. You look like you've had enough.
Gladly. Agreed.
That sound is everything. Get away from my man. Oh, I have an itch. And it does not require a sword scratching. combo trap. Nice. Aw, I thought she would be close enough to counter that slash. Put too much trust. That wasn't her fault though. She wasn't in range with it. Needed to pay more attention. There's something flying around in my face. Alright. Excuse me. It'd be cool to get some air gameplay on the first match. You usually don't see this dude a lot.
Don't be shy.
Okay, all he does is heavy slashes, yeah. Ooh. Oh man. Whip is right outside the point. No! Yeah, I'm always putting the shield in the back because, one, shields mostly are a liability, honestly. They help you conserve your stamina, but if you know how to play the game, seldom are you going to get disarmed. You'll pretty much always have stamina and team objective. And they slow you down a lot. I feel like a snail when I have the shield on my arms. Ah. Oh, of course. Dude needed to finish what he started. Teammate couldn't handle business. 16-second respawn. Now that's something that makes me not want to play. Clueless archers as well. Look at that. Look at that.
Nobody will listen to you. Your determination to live is as adorable as it is futile.
That special is pretty good because it looks like a slash for the most part. So people might initiate a counter slash and just lose their life. Oh, oh, excuse me. Oh man. Yeah, they got bows in our face. They could take it with this push. That respawn's pretty much our last hope because those archers clearly aren't helping. Yeah, if you're an archer in hold whatever point phase, try to at least put your body on the point. I know there are perches, I say in quotations, where archers get real nice and cozy, but if you're not on the point and you're far away from the action, chances are you're missing a lot of dudes. You just can't be helping that much. We just outnumbered them the last second. Ugh. We're all working for this. I'm not gonna get distracted by those two dudes behind us. I love it. He's still alive? Alright, we are all working for this. It's a great match. Shoot, I saw the slash and the overhead, didn't know what to do.
Absolutely not happening.
Unfortunately, I wasn't in range of that.
For the red and black!
Bad place to be. Oh. He had the right idea, but I made it a heavy. Yeah, I'm always whipping out heavies with this thing. They are deadly. Wow, the bravery of just doing a swing in the middle of all that mayhem. Alright, at this point they're getting diminishing returns for if they reach the air. I'm gonna hit this guy. Got him. Alright, just being death swing. Also, if you're performing well with this class, you can get banners out the wazoo. I know this will be an upset if they don't reach it. They had a great push. What the heck? Did they just clear us out? He's eating it. Nice. Oh! Why, you idiot? You freaking cloud. Oh, you're kidding me. Oh. I don't think they're going to get it. I think at this point, 20 seconds isn't enough time, and it's GG because there is no overtime. So GG. It was hard fought. It was a great match. Not quite, sir. Sorry, lad. Oh yeah, what's going on? That was nice, wasn't it? That was a nice Chivalry 2 match, wasn't it? Ah, man. You'd never get any of this stuff for the past 2 weeks, dude. The maps. I respect the players that liked the 20v20, 40 player mode. Absolutely. If the game gives you preference, you like that smaller mode, especially because the game does function better. There's less hit registration issues. You can get to more controlled engagements. But in my opinion, the maps just are not balanced around that mode. You wouldn't have good back and forth. It would always just be a steady stomp. Either the defense would just clobber it, maybe the attack would get through a couple objectives, but you never have a tug of war. You never have a back and forth. You never have a situation like that where they're having a crazy good offense, they're making a really strong push, and in the last second, we're able to bolster, we're able to hold the point and win the match there. You don't have that with freaking 17v19. Not in this game, sadly.
Stand proud, mine brothers. Fight and die well. Show them a wall of righteous steel. Let us drink to our victory. Agatha!
Oh shoot! I was looking at my phone.
Team.
The aim assist really wants me to look at someone else. Oh, this creature. Thank you, teammate right behind him. Yeah, I'm pretty much doing exclusively heavy attacks with the Warhammer. It is a mistake, because heavy attacks have a lot of recovery. So if I miss the attack, I'm liable to eat trash. Now 46. Yep, 4 more levels for the Golden Warhammer, which I will equip on the Masons. I don't want to be in their spawn. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't even know how I inched that over to that teammate. So far, so good, though. Regarding the servers, 1 full match. Can't say I've really had that for a couple days. Will my Fallmeyer matches be exciting again? Let go of your block. Aw, bastard. I'm so sorry. It's entirely my fault. Where'd that Warhammer go? It's an axe. Nah, I have no idea. No. Nice hit. Special. You were covered? You're kidding me? He's gonna shoot me in the back! How the hell did that guy have time to turn around and hit me? Was there not a teammate right on top of him? That had some delay. Ooh, I don't know what just happened to me. Even this is fine. A little bit above 20v20, but I think under 20 people on each team, the game starts to crack. The map balance starts to crack. The fun starts to slip. Oh, excuse me. Nice axe. I think throwing axes do 100 damage to knights on headshot. They're pretty close to throwing mallets in terms of damage.
Unfortunate. Yes!
I don't want to be here. Oh shoot, there's a teammate there. Again, I'm not sure I want to be here. Now behind them, I'd love to be there. I suck. Nice oil pump. Big mad gas can. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's like 16 characters. That's an old gamer tag.
How ill you monster! Have you no shame? Nope.
Interesting. Oh man. I love fighting on differing elevations.
Forsake it!
Ah, you dirty creature. Nice jab. Team ready for overheads. Ready for another one? Nope. Thought I heard another person in there. I see him trying to throw that oil plant. Excuse me. Unfortunate. I'm shocked I didn't roll right into that oil pot. That's an overhead. Look at that, 75 damage in the blink of an eye. That is hilarious. I'm gonna go all the way around and behind that guy. He tried to jab me earlier, so I figured he'd try to jab him. Nah. I would normally leave someone like that alone, but that person killed me earlier, so they were playing. Oh, nasty. There's my floating helmet from the time I died. Excuse me. Excuse me. Alright. Calm yourself down there. That's not a mason.
Keep killing.
Nice retreat. Nice throw. What's up? Nice jab. You gonna jab again? Okay. I've had enough. Man, look how often I'm getting these banners. I feel like I get at least 2 in a life. It's because you're always just one-shotting dudes from behind. This is, similar to the ball, one of the best ambushing weapons in the game. Because you're always clobbering dudes for 100 plus damage, or 90. Look at that, I'm already halfway to another banner. Wait, he has a mace? Dude. I hate this dude. I'm glad to be rid of him. Ooh, nearly.
It won't work.
Yo, he probably had such a wide smile on his face. Hope I ruined his day. Idiot! Nice heavy. Come on, you're right behind him. Stuff like this that bothers me. When teammates are behind someone and they don't attack them, they should not be allowed to get a swing off in that scenario.
The pain!
They have only 30 troops left.
Not a chance.
Back to a full lobby. Whiff punish? Nah. Nice. What are you doing?
Only 20 Mason troops remain.
Another banner. Don't know how long I've had this. It's also a fairly decent throwing weapon, the Warhammer. Hits her some decent numbers, 50. Does bonus damage to knights. Upper regions of about 70 something damage. Maybe that's only on the headshot though. God, how many people have I saved? That's an overhead. Here comes another one.
We are victorious.
I'd rather live with cheese and garlic in a windmill than share space with you.
That was a lovely sound. All those fists. Alright, feels like I got my game back. The game that I paid for. Until it shuts off my Xbox, and then people tell me that it's my Xbox's fault and not the game's fault. But until then, I'm gonna be enjoying myself. Actually, no, I'm not, because it's Coxwell. This map. Tisk, 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 tisk. That's what this map is. They need to take 100% of the gold in the marketplace. Agathians are supposed to have double the lives. I read the known issues on Discord. So, if it's true that Agathians, the Masons have been getting more points, which I guess leads to Agathians losing twice as many lives, that's just been an issue since launch. Because it's always been unwinnable. In a regular full lobby. Like in a lobby that's half full, 15v16, whatever, yeah, you can scrounge a victory. I've won once.
I hope I come back. Chin up. Look on the bright side. We're not like this man with Morit set his soul to it. It's so nice to see our attack. No can do. Ha! Not very lucky.
Nice. No.
Holy show! The Maverick!
Yeah, good job. You busted down the door. Burn the village.
No.
I don't even have any conviction to survive as a peasant anymore, because this map's just not fun. Do you even realize what's going on?
I'm
Good
caught
lord.
you.
Look at this guy. He should have chopped down the modifier. Granted, that would make sense, but like... Don't apply real world logic to this. Nice! Get away from me. I broke your bear trap. Cry. Oh, nice. He missed. Ooh, I didn't think she'd block that. Missed. That's an overhead. Here comes another. I think he threw a torch at me. Someone's gotta extinguish it. You really should get points for extinguishing bonfires. Any objective you interact with should yield points.
We have almost lost the village! Push them back!
Ah, bullcrap. Kobe! Aw, you had to move, you evil thing. You're gonna back up into some fire anyway. That was a guess. That was a complete guess as to the kind of attack that was approaching me from behind. Oh my god, get this wench away from me. Oh. I let go of my block.
Oh, I think I'm going to be sick.
I do think the Masons have too much time on this map. For how simple their objectives are and how they can pretty much do every objective in one strong push, it's wicked to me how they have so much time to do each of them. I think the guy with the shovel's trying to hit me, but it's the shovel, aka one of the shortest weapons in the game. Stop! Calm yourself down. You guys just made me slash. I'm not gonna stop him.
The whole village is locked! All must not gain access to the city!
Oh, that's
666 damage. What do you think it means?
Defend the city! Defend the gate!
For whatever reason, the Masons spawn closer to the objective than the Agathians. Which leads to this gate never being defended. What are you gonna do?
Till
Goodbye,
we
sir.
meet again.
In hell. Nice ambush. Thank you. Whole time I was trying to ignore him and get to this objective here. Thanks for the rock, sir. Thank you, sir. Nice rocks. This dude, he cannot throw with that Danex. He's lost his throwing permissions. Bullcrap. 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 I hit the wall. Nice throw. He can throw other weapons, but not his Danex. Are they trying to break it from within? Two of them are. I've never seen two of them try to do it. Ah, no point. It's a stupid filler objective anyway that'll never be defended. These dodge-happy vanguards. Oh, I saw a stab and I thought I'd see another stab. Did a slash.
A gate is about to be breached!
That's why you shouldn't do counters at full stamina when you're low on health, because it'll just lead to you getting killed. One day I will see this objective defended. One day. A day's far from today, but one day.
Defend our supply! Fall back! They must not fall into the hands of the enemy!
That wouldn't be a good barrel drop. Ah, didn't kill anyone anyway. Oh yeah, I forgot about my filthy dissertation status for daring to take the fight to the Masons. Let me get punished with a lovely black screen that will return when I respawn sometime, maybe tomorrow. I'm cycling between players right now. Still respawning. Oh my god, wow. Where do you think they are? The church?
No thanks.
Wonderful of the Masons.
Oh, you had too much meat! Do not let the Masons loot our supply!
Interesting. I saw someone right there, didn't I? Be going with you. He's trying to run back inside. You fool. You should be allowed to block while holding something like this. Make it an actual woman and a class.
Almost all of our loot has been taken! They must not get everything!
Looks like the left is just donezo. They're not even bothering over here. No. The dude was in hell. That's the worst situation you can find yourself in. You can hit him, you're right behind him. Whoops. Whoa. Ah, I'm not catching that guy.
Agathians! Fall back and defend the market!
You still have stamina? I thought I saw him with no stamina. That's a nice gamer tag, Taven. I hope it has no ID numbers. If you don't know, on Xbox, when you have a name that repeats, like, say I rename my gamer tag to Darth Vader, obviously there's a bunch of other Darth Vaders, so you'll have an ID number attached. And most games show it. Like Dead by Daylight, for example, it'll show your ID number in-game. For whatever reason, though, in this game, it does not show your ID number, so you can actually have a cool-looking gamer tag until they check on your profile and realize you're a hack. Might want to turn left. Wow. The crate needs an impact sound. For how good of a throwing weapon it's been made, is that rebalance? It doesn't have a sound accompanying it. Come on, all I do is overheads. Most people know me on this game. They should know that I never slash. Oh, thank God he missed that overhead. I'll kick you again.
That is monstrous.
No. Embarrassing miss. Oh man, dodging vanguards gotta be one of my favorite genders. See, look at that. Do any attack besides a slash, and your team fights will go a million times better. Embarrassing.
Completely robbed an area
Double
of loot.
embarrassing. Extremely cringe, as a matter of fact. Wow. I'm not sure how he blocked that, but probably deserved it for all those missed attacks anyway. Which I'm still keeping the track record of. I'm gonna get shot in a second anyway. Yep, shield on the back, doesn't matter. Alright, they probably got that. They only need about 3 more pieces. Now everyone's spawning in the fort.
Reinforcements have not yet arrived. This is it. Do not go. The enemy
Look at that slashing. That teammate is just carving me into pieces. Dude's carving me into wood chunks. People don't get bothered by that either. I've seen clips of dudes that show off their amazing epic 1vx clip where they just mangle a teammate's back with a good 3 or 4 strikes and they are just inconsiderate.
Give them no ground.
I think I'm doing pretty good right now. Nice. That was a good throw attempt. Are they scared to challenge a one-handed spear? Get off my fort. Get off my fort. Shut up and fight. Lower the ramp. 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 There you go. That's the whole thought process in my head when I'm sitting there. Just lower the ramp. It's that easy. Wow, that guy's gonna go and kill the entire team, huh? I didn't realize I was the only person who saw him. Look, no one else sees him. Oh my god.
Die with honor.
Look at him. No one else sees him. He has his invisibility cloak on.
Not a chance.
Stick together. Do not let the enemy break our ranks.
Aim assist meant to be up there. Oh, it's this guy. I don't know why I expected anything besides a slash. That's entirely my fault. Alright, I'm gonna be a visit. See, look at that. In 2 minutes, because they have 6 minutes to do this objective if they get the gold in a timely manner. They have 6 minutes to kill us, and they don't even need half the amount of time to wipe out the entire garrison.
Nope.
He has a spade, I'm not interested.
No.
Perfect time to be AFK. I feel like I'm crawling really fast. Not fast enough. Alright, pretty sure that Vanguard is like second to last person. Okay, no, I think he actually is the last guy. Great map, good fun. This map can at times be shorter than TDM matches. No other map is like that. Two of the 5 objectives are pretty much filler. The defend the gate is pretty much filler because no Agathians ever go downstairs to defend it. Even still, why should they? You know, the Masons spawn leagues closer to the gate than the Agathians do. And the first take the gold section. They only need like 14 carts. They have, what, 8-9 minutes to do so? It's ridiculous. They have 2 places to go, so it splits the teams in half.
Take them by surprise! Attack!
It's not like one cart runs out of gold, forcing them to go to the other one. Nope.
Unworthy as you are. No.
And the Agathians cannot take the gold back. I didn't check, but was that a nice full lobby? 263. I played with this guy a couple times. Is the thing I'm gonna kick? No. Unfortunate. Saw it coming. Couldn't dodge out the way. Wow, they got that in one fell swoop. Where is everyone? Looks like we lost the face-off expeditiously, tremendously.
No way.
I'm with you, brother!
Oh, thank goodness I blocked there, huh? That was a one-shot incoming. Okay.
No thanks.
Also, another problem that those empty lobbies were causing was archers. So the archer limit is broken. It's been broken since Gallant Core. But archers in a lobby that barely has players is one of the worst experiences you can have in a video game. It is entirely unfun. I don't even know where I am right now. It is entirely unfun. In a 32v32, at least both teams can have a fair amount of archers killing each other. Usually in the 16v14 that we've been having for the past 2 weeks, one team potentially has like 7 or so archers. That can be longbows, that can be a mixture of all 3 of the classes, whatever. Still though, it turns into a Call of Duty or Battlefield match. That's not what we got in this game to do. What have you been doing? Killing people in spawn? You're still alive?
Thank you.
Why did he kill his teammate like that? Why did he do that? That threw me off. Dude committed to a 180 ball special on his down teammate.
The Mason caravan has reached
That
the
person
gate.
gave up.
Fall back to the gatehouse. Agathians, defend our gatehouse.
Alright, the losses stop now. They're not getting past this gatehouse. God wills it. Nice hit. No, you. Aww. Shouldn't have went that far anyway. Alright, I'm pretty sure they got the gatehouse.
Not a chance.
Excuse me. Someone can hit him. Oh my god, get away from me. No. Don't know where I am right now. The sound got oddly low. I went to do a counter stab, but I had so little health to kick down
The
me.
gatehouse is lost.
That shall not befall.
Brothers,
How's this match
stop
looking?
that caravan.
It's looking a little one-sided, but nothing that can't be salvaged.
That is monstrous.
The whole point of the Agathian army is to have faith, because good will prevail. Sure, tremendous loss 20 years ago when the odds were in our favor. Now the odds aren't in our favor. That doesn't mean nothing. Doesn't mean a thing. Look at that. Oil potting teammates. It's to get into their head. thank God he missed. Figured that'd go right around the block. Interesting. Aww. Are they getting caught by dudes
No way.
that are invading the spawn? Is that the problem? There's that stupid
My lord.
Hello, sir. Forward spawn. Deserting.
Such tragedy.
Oh, man. Oh, that dude was alternating between slashes and overheads.
Not in this lifetime. You
So you're moving up.
You blast! That is awful!
Aw, I think he jabbed me. Nice overhead. Interesting javelin in the air.
No.
That is a cringe-worthy miss. What is the problem? These guys seem very intimidated by this misser. Bastard child. 17-second respawn. Look at that. Why is that? So why is that even a thing? Is it? Okay, I think it's because spawns have a limit to the amount of people that can be in them. Say 12 players already in one respawn wave. If that's filled up and you just died, regardless of if that spawn's about to happen, it just delays you to the next one.
What kind of
Which,
person?
I don't know.
That is awful.
17-second respawn is very sluggish and not fun. He's gonna try to juke me, maybe. Yeah, be careful about immediately swinging at someone running with a torch. It's very easier for them to just zigzag and make you miss, and at that point, you're not catching them.
Defend the barricade!
You can kill him. There you go. Nice. Yeah, I don't kick dudes like this because with one-handed weapons, a lot of people, they just take a chance and they just do a random attack. Not even trying necessarily to do a counter-attack. They just randomly swing. Which is exactly what that dude did, even though it looked like he was respecting initiative. Alright, I know Scumbag's not stupid. Maybe he is. What the hell was that? The last one is up front. That's
Defend the barricade!
nice. My teammate's gonna kill me. I'm pretty sure they're done with that one. Yeah. We can defend this dude. Granted, they're not getting in this castle.
Our barricades have been
Where am I gonna
destroyed!
respawn? Ah.
Brothers, we must defend the gate! Slaughter the Lord of Earth!
Granted, you might see a match like this and see that it's incredibly one-sided. Chances are I'm not going to survive as the Duke. I would rather horrendous one-sided matches like this than incredibly boring 16v14. I am very glad to see the full lobbies. I'm shooting randomly way out of places, by the way, because the first few catapults, for whatever reason, don't freaking kill anyone. The hit registration is atrocious. It's been like that since launch. So I'm not shooting them in the center as to avoid teammates. A bit more to the right would have been money, but now they're going to be moved up a little bit. Ah, that's a teammate.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that. You think that teammate's going to try to stop him, or do I have to? Looks like I have to.
No way. Nope.
Cringe miss. I mean, I did the same thing 3 times in a row. 14-second respawn, 17-second respawn, 14-second respawn. Delicious. I thought he meant to kill that teammate. You can use this catapult, by the way, as the masons to help break down your gate. If you ever somehow have a scenario where you're crushing the Agathians so hard and can take over this catapult, you can use it in your favor.
Impressive. No.
Alright, despite sounds like them shooting 1,000 catapults at us, apparently they've only hit it once. Oh, that's why, because they're going to get in through the naked center we have. He was repairing our catapult for us, dude. What a...
destroyed!
What a vessel of Malric.
Good hit, huh?
Oh, that was nice. I knew there was a rock here. Teammates can handle their business. I trust them.
You like that?
What are you doing? Are you waiting for me to get hit in the back or something? Like, that was very awkward. Oh, sorry. I'm very sorry for that. That isn't... Ooh, what was that? I'll tell you what that was. That was sus.
Breach the main gate! Agathians, our duty is to defend the Duke with our very lives!
Alright.
No way.
Duty and honor!
Oh, you already know, they're not killing me.
Look out!
Look at this one, already in here.
The Masons shall perish!
Excuse me, is he still alive? Yep.
Defend the Duke with your lives!
Regard again.
I want to throw down that chandelier, but now it's too late. I'm surprised they killed him.
That will not come to pass.
Alright, they just gotta kill me now. Which isn't gonna happen. Like, this team's too strong. So am I. I appreciate it, but I already have a shield. They're trying to shake our whole foundation. Alright, it begins. I see field engineers putting wholesome barricades. Alright, does that guy have an oil pot in his hand? No, he has throwing knives. I find it very interesting that someone is staying on the catapult. Don't push me into the fire. Reminder, reason why I'm constantly just sprinting back and forth is to keep momentum, so in case they are rushing at me from one side, I don't have to build up a sprint. Oh look, the friendly spike trap damaged me. I thought they changed that. This is fine. This is fine. This This is not fun. Another person who is denying the Xbox shutting down issue. Dude, I find it wild to me. I've never seen a game that has this many issues be so vehemently defended by people. Not even defended. Denied. Straight up denied. I see posts every day of people on Xbox One X, Xbox Series, talking about, yo, this game is shutting off, this game is breaking my console. I've seen 2 people now that have reported that their old gen Xboxes have been killed by this game specifically. And then dudes will come in saying something about, your model's faulty, this hasn't happened to me or my friends, and I've played for like 30 or something levels. So, it's not that common of an issue. Sorry it happened to you, but I mean, like, is this real life? I mean, that's creepy. It's like a Black Mirror episode, bro, with this game. So weird. So weird. So weird, man. Thought process with these people. Just have some respect, you know? I mean, do they not believe us? Do you think we're lying? That is entirely my fault, good man. It can't be that, right? It can't be something so tone deaf. What the heck? He must have been on the ground for a while. If you don't know, sometimes when you hit someone on the ground, they don't die in one hit. Why is that? When you're on the ground for a really long time, it regenerates your health as though, you know, you're still standing up, and that leads you to surviving at least one attack from most weapons. Teammates did not down. Yeah, shocking. Oh! Should block. Wow. Executioner's axe missed, whiff punished by a warhammer. That's an interaction you do not see every day.
Should you be the one to close my eyes? No.
Don't think I want to be here. Wow. Excuse me, my good man. Sorry. There you go. Yeah, the teammate. Like he wanted me to hit him. Nice. No. Oh, that was such a good throw, too. Wow. Do you see what I mean with the drags in this weapon? I dragged that thing when there was no momentum to it anymore, and it still killed that guy. That's horrible. Wow. Smart direction to roll, I guess. Man, I really had to kill that guy by myself. Oh, tragic. I love seeing this motion supremacy though.
It is all
Nice orb box.
negative. Not in this way. You've earned my
Thank you.
respect.
Thank you, sir.
You are kidding me. You are kidding me. A cinematic save from off my camera because I was in first person like a dullard. Unbelievable. Yeah, that was horrendously timed. What is your game plan here, sir? Oh, for me to miss. You might say kick someone in a situation like that, but in TO, with all these people around you, a kick usually means you're going to get hit, and you have to relinquish the hit to dodge away or something. Wow, that was very nice. I wonder if that went over his head, or was he just out of range? Should have a spawn preference in settings to automatically put shields in your back. Tried to tackle. Again, where I kick someone's side, apparently.
The throes of combat.
It's been happening a lot lately. Never thought I'd have to work on kick accuracy. Oh, you're kidding me. The teammate moved just into position to stop my tackle. Oh, what is going on here? Is this dude with the great sword really still alive? Just hammering that right trigger. What hit me? The great sword? Pretty sure my controller's gonna die soon enough. I really thought that would miss. I saw it coming, but I thought I was gonna be able to whiff punish him. Should have stopped in my tracks. I love seeing someone use them all, though. Show them all supremacy, please. Use that thing so much to where it gets nerfed. That looked weird. Maybe I'm crazy. Oh man, what a horrible time to pull out a banner. Yeah, see, look at that maul. 105 heavy slash, despite it being twice as slow as the Warhammers. And yeah, I know, speed is a weird thing on this game because accelerations, drags. Speed is a weird thing to calculate, but I don't know. Just sharing damage with a smaller hammer rubs me the wrong way. Plain and simple. Oh! I saw that archer looking at me. Yep. Shield in the back wasn't enough. Hit me on my left buttock. What a shame. Alright, I'm definitely going to be Agatha on the next Fallmeyer, since I can finally have full matches again. Look at it. I mean, isn't it wonderful? Oh! You should have been paying attention. And he's still there somehow. Oh, I thought that was an Agatha. I'm losing it. Nice hit. Whoa, 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 whoa! Oh, you're kidding me. Because of the whiff, I was still in recovery.
They have
I need a
only
drink.
30
I need
troops
lemonade.
left.
No.
there's spikes right there. I don't dare tackle off of any of these staircases anymore because it just leads you to instantly die to the spikes. Stuck. They can kill him. Matter of fact, I'll watch them do it. Alright, he took out one. There you go. That's all they're taking out. Excuse me. Oh, that would have been a stellar throw, wouldn't it?
Only 20 Mason troops remain!
Yeah, that's exactly why I was trying to dodge out of there. I think there's someone next to me.
Only 5
You missed!
Agathians remain!
You fool! Don't tackle off.
We are victorious!
That was a very Warhammer finale, just going around slashing into a huge crowd. So let me see what this guy said. And what it was in response to. So in response to me saying, dude, this has happened to every single one of my friends who are also in the Xbox Series X, it has had nothing to do with playing the system too much, or not testing it, or the model being faulty, etc. 2 of my lads only get on Xbox on Sundays, and still has shut off their system. The game is causing this. There are countless posts by Xbox players reporting this. So he says, funny, because all my friends who own a Series S or Series X, including me, play nightly, and haven't had any problems. Not even a shut-off. I'm level 32, by the way, so it's not like I haven't played it a decent amount. So I definitely don't think it's as common as people will say it is. I have had lots of matchmaking errors, though. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Don't make me no dirty, traitorous Mason. It's time to lose as Agatha. Champion? What's this? How do you get to play as the Air Duke champion? Oh. I was hoping it'd be some awesome lore suggestion or something. We better see the champion in another map. There could be some incredible storytelling. Even though it would be very ironic that in canon the champion escapes this map, because if we look at the stats, I'm sure they'd say otherwise.
Free our brothers! Free the prisoners.
I'm sure it'd go a lot more like the champion turned into a skeleton in Iron Maiden and rotted for many years to come. Bad time to heal. Oh, this guy with the Warhammer is annoying the hell out of me. Okay, very interesting. I should play some objective, right? I'm gonna switch to my pickaxe just to get us out of this area fast, since I've wasted so much time. Being in all these empty lobbies has turned off my objective play. You missed. You missed again. Tackle. Thank you. I used that guy's body to stop them. Oh, nice. No. Almost. It's got like 2 more hits in it. After we get past this phase, I'm switching back to my Warhammer.
Not.
I thought that driftwood was something much cooler. No, it's just the giant branches. But cut to look all thin. Look, he's looking out for me. What are you gonna do? You can't stop me.
Not.
I see my distraction is worth nothing because the team can't even leave spawn. I'll keep going there. Oh my god, yeah, they really can't leave spawn. Look, they're still fighting dudes by the first cage. It's no wonder Agatha sometimes loses here.
Are you out of your mind?
Dude, you can't beat me. Look, I'm gonna kill you here now for the first time. I promise you, you can't beat me, dude. Your friend can't beat me. Look, again. I'll do it a third time. You failed for the same thing 3 times, dude.
Helmet! Yes! We are about to have some fun! Keep it up! We have liberated half of the prisoners!
Oh, very nice overhead. That guy is excellent with the ball. Very good accuracy. Oh, they were having a moment, him and the peasant. Prisoner, excuse me. Alright, having the middle be the last one is kind of awkward. Never really seen this happen. Watch this magic trick. Hey, look at that.
Well fought, my brothers.
Like it was nothing.
All those prisoners have been liberated.
Alright, going back to my Warhammer. I played my part for the team.
Reach the gate so that we may enter the village.
So there's at least, what, 2 engineers? There are some decent people on my team, so I'm not sure what the problem is. I think we're all a bit out of the loop. We're all a bit full of rust because of these lackluster TOs. I like how I still call it TO and not 64 player. I don't even think about TDM. It's such a filler game mode. They need to remove it from the rotation, man. I would rather they put TDM in a free-for-all rotation than the team objectives maps. Am I alone in this? Good attempt. Oh man, there is no one here. There never is, huh? I'm always rushing the petards, but for whatever reason, teammates are fighting elsewhere. Those dudes are pretty much in the spawn, so I don't know how there's any fighting going there. They should be dead instantly. And all that over there, all that fighting on the left is meaningless because no one has a petard. Look, there's free ones over here. You don't even need to hold X. You just tap, pick it up, and boom. Is this you, Pole? You can't kill me, dude. Look at you. What's up? Very nice, heavy. Aw, bastard. Interesting camera. Double interesting camera. Every time I try to flip it around, it goes back into my body. I'm seeing a lot more tragedy happen on this phase. I'm not sure what's happening. I've been part of 2 losses now on this stage. Interesting. I mean, you tell me, did that look sus? Nice hit. I mean, look, I'm alone. That guy is sitting in the bush. That was a really good ambush. I reacted to him, but not much I could have done. I could have moved right, I guess.
I bid thee farewell.
Look, all that fighting on the left is absolutely meaningless if you do not have a petard. It's a pretty simple objective. I like how this dude is looking out specifically for me. Is he waiting in the bushes again? What's up? Dude, where is everyone? This is stupid. This is... Nice tackle. This is really dumb. If I had 1 person with me, I could get a plant, but, I mean, what the hell is the issue? There's literally no one over there that has a petard in their hand. I think I've grabbed every free one thus far. I mean, what's the issue? It's similar to the powder keg portion of Gallant Court. The whole team just needs to pick up the objective and throw it. Yeah, there's going to be difficulty, but if you're all picking it up and throwing it, it's going to be a lot easier than trying to fight your way through with just your weapons. Oh, the aim assist. I tried to aim it at an archer, but the aim assist would not let me. Nice heavy. Thank you. Nice kick. Very nice heavy. I mean, I'm putting in a lot of work, wouldn't you say? But I mean, what's the reward? Oh, the reward is a petard plant somewhere. There you go. Finally. Can't go down through the middle because there's that archer there. But who says so? Good attempt. Aww. Go, I promise you. What are you gonna do?
Sounds good.
I like that, dude. Pretty good, but again, someone needs a petard. There you go. I'm dropping a lot of dudes, but I'm completely by myself when I'm in these skirmishes. I can't go through the middle with the archers there. Not unless there's a teammate. I'm stuck on something. Not sure what. That was nice. He did a heavy. But that was a very good petard throw. Nice barrel throw. Interesting. So, where is me with him? Nice jab. Using execution attack is too slow. Yeah, you'd have to accelerate the attack like crazy to not be jabbed out of a jab attempt with the executioners. Or your spacing, of course. Some weapons you have to understand. If someone else knows how to jab, those jabs can be meaningless. Man, I'm not sure what the problem is. Can't win any team fight anywhere? No. That was cute. I mean, look, there's 4 dudes right here. Nice hit. Goat, what are you doing? You can't kill me. Unless you're behind me. 45 damage. Oh, yeah, 45 damage on a slash on a knight. So, what are the War Club slashes on regular classes? 30? Really shouldn't even be going to the right anymore, because we need 2 on the right, we need 1 on the left.
Oh, slowly.
Pretty sure that attack will help me. Oh, wow. Unfortunate. Tragic defeat, man. So this is the 3rd loss I think I've had on this stage. Let me get a thing eliminated. What time is it right now? 4 o'clock. Let's go for it. I can go till like 3.5 hours. Excuse me.
Courtyard!
The heck is that sound? Oh, excuse me. Scenario like that, not sure what you can do as a solo. I mean, I was doing everything in my power, constantly grabbing the petards. I mean, I had to rush us out of that first objective, because I think if I wasn't on the pickaxe, we weren't going to leave that first objective. And I was getting jumped. No assistance. Can't run away from the jumping. If you can't win the team fight, you will not get through the game.
Go!
I do think, though, that if just the whole
Eliminate
team
the
grabs the
enemy
petard,
team.
it's a pretty simple objective. You just push by throwing them.
They're on our side!
Sure, the damage been reduced, but stuns them. Teammates can keep the pressure on them. It's not too bad. I do not feel bad.
Righto! Nah.
That was a pretty good throw.
Yes! Nice day, innit?
I think the peasant should get a tackle. Yeah, I'm glad I checked before I rounded that corner. Because very often 1 second of miscalculation is death.
Nope.
I mean, I'm pretty sure one crossbow. I know one javelin is an instant kill. Ah! Ah! There's a crossbow looking at me. Evil creature. Yeah, it's gonna drop my bread, but maybe I can get the drop. There's a lot of Agathians there. I'm gonna get a vote to kick on me in a second.
To you!
I'm just in
why
an
we're
evil
here.
mood today. Look, the game's sort of working. You kicked the wrong person. Is Mama right next to my name? Oh, that'd be so funny. 94 damage, a lot of team damage.
Yeah! Yes!
Alright, I want to help, but I don't want to just get instantly killed. Yeah? I see no archers. Words, butter, no parsnips. They just spawned right there. What the front door was that? What is this called? A zucchini, right? That's right, better be a zucchini and not some other unheard of vegetable. What is this? Hey, I had to drop on you, and I spared your life. You made me do that. Excuse me. Nice war horn. That was a miss that we will not talk about. Ow. I'm lucky that didn't dismember me. Executioner's X heavy is they usually dismember you as a peasant. Do I look blue like an Agathian? Mushroom. Interesting. I need to pick up another one-hander. If I get disarmed, I'm screwed. Come on, finish the job. Oh, wow, I didn't react. That was
Right, yeah. What's all this? Nuh-uh.
Turned into an old man there. What the hell is going on? For them being in our area, quite impressively. We're not really losing. Well, we are. No, we're not. We're winning, as a matter of fact. I know this guy saw me. That's not a slash. Oh. I think my record is like 24 kills in one life. If I pick up the beehive, will it give me an oil pot? No. Ability unlocked as a peasant?
Yeah, yep. Yeah. Right. Yeah. I reckon. Yeah. I reckon. Right, oh. Is it parade day? To you, so many shiny
I just got an
men.
ability as a peasant. Let's go. I just need to stay alive now. You fool. I think he tried to throw it at me, but no.
No.
Wow. All skill, no luck. If you didn't catch it, arrow just like that whizzed right by me as I picked that teammate up, and it would have killed me if it hit. Thankfully, that person was not on console, because with aim assist, you're not missing a stationary
So
target.
many shiny men.
Good thing that was a pathetic cudgel and not a sweeping falchion.
Hi, I'm George. So many shiny men.
I know the audio on this map is F. Audio from the left comes from the right, and vice versa. I have no idea how a bug like that happens.
No.
You can kill him. You just need to stop slashing. We're winning majorly now.
Do you ever wonder why we're here?
I got the most kills on the team.
Go!
I almost have my oil pot ready.
Through! They're on our side.
Oh, bad place to be. He throws that longsword, I'm dead. Thank you, John Wick. Always knew I could count on you. Ah! I have a oil pot as a peasant. Don't. Let's go. Let me just heal at full health, and then maybe throw it at this group of teammates.
Victory!
Wait, what? I have a bee. Wait. I have the beehive. I've never. Look at the bees. Are you kidding me? What is this? Is this what dudes are talking about with it replacing your oil pot? I didn't realize it would become the beehive. So when I throw this, it's just gonna explode into fire, though, right? Yo, this is the funniest thing all day. A single target burn? Beehive! Look, you see where it says it? Oh, come on! Give me a break. You idiot. No! Well, there you have it. A beehive. Dude, It's a station. It's a single target oil pot. That is incredible, dude. Oh my god, it's probably gonna despawn by the time I get there because I got a super lengthy respawn and spawn on the opposite end. Oh my god, that's awesome. Oh, I can't pick it up. I'm telling you, greatsword dudes are really comfortable with countering slashes. Very good. Thank you. Come on, you even did an overhead.
They have only 30 troops
Go on.
left. Just 20
That was
Agathians
amazing.
remain.
I never used it before. Every time I picked it up, I'd always die before the bar filled up.
They're down to 10 troops left.
Thank you. Backed up at the perfect time. Sorry, I tried
Only
to
5
turn that away
Agathians
from
remain.
everyone. And by trying to save everyone, I've saved no one. Haha, got it.
We are victorious.
So the beehive is a single target burn attack, a ranged fire attack. You gain fireball or firebolt from Skyrim.